Hello, my name is Kirk Weisler from Walkie-Talkie Socks. I want to tell you kind of the story behind our brand, where it came from. And it all started years and years ago. I came back from my very first speaking assignment in Australia, and I wanted to get something to bring back home to say, hey, I've been here. So this was a long time ago. And I came back with a pair of kind of cool socks from Australia in the gift shop. And what that did, and what I didn't understand that it would do, was it gave my kids something to get dad for Father's Day. And some of you remember growing up, like, what do you get your dad for Father's Day? And you're like, and so your dad either got a bunch of ties or a bunch of stuff, and maybe he liked it, maybe he didn't, maybe it was fishing lures. But I started getting socks. I'll get dad some socks. He likes socks. I like socks, but I wasn't going to be a sock guy. But over the course of the years, 2 kids became 4 kids, became 6 kids. And there's holidays, there's Christmases and birthdays and Father's Day. And before you know it, I had 360 pairs of socks. I had laundry baskets full of socks in the closet. And I bet some of you also have crazy socks as well. And they're just weird and wonderful. And so I began to mismatch my socks. I thought, I don't have time to wear all these socks. So I began to mismatch them on purpose. And then I'm a keynote speaker. I do presentations and training for a living. So then I created a presentation called My Socks Don't Match, and that's on purpose. And that's how we should live our lives and be leaders with a greater sense of purpose and passion, that kind of thing. So I then began to think of clever ways to use my mismatched socks to kind of support my message, and also exercise my metaphor and storytelling skills, and to kind of align with my intentions or my affirmations for the day. So if I was doing a presentation on customer service, I would wear this sock. And in this sock, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a spaceship taking up a cow into space. And the idea here was to have an out of this world customer service experience. So I would use my sock to maybe support the theme of my customized keynote or something like that. And then I would do coaching groups, and I would say, okay, I would use this idea of being a more intentional leader, and we would use socks as tools to help us stay in our intention. And then about 8 years ago, I just thought, I'm buying it and using these creative things with socks and having a lot of fun with it, and other leaders are having fun with it too. But I had this idea in my mind, like, I want to do my own sock brand. And I knew immediately in my brain, it's going to be called Walkie-Talkie Socks, walk your talk. So Walkie-Talkie Socks. I registered the URL and then carefully did absolutely nothing with it because, what do I know about socks? And I don't know if anyone's kind of dealt with the imposter syndrome, but I was like, what do I know about socks? And so finally in 2024, I said, next year, I'm going to do this socks no matter what it takes. And I really committed to the idea that this we're going to really do. I'm going to figure out how to do socks. And then, when we're truly committed to something, people began to show up in my life. And I told them the idea, and they were like, oh, what have you got? I showed them my designs, my ideas. And then I met some design people. They're like, okay, Kirk, this really has some potential. And they took my little, paper napkin stuff, and they created real cool designs. And we found some manufacturers, and we've been kind of going through them, trying to find the right manufacturer to build our socks. And finally, we've got some test socks now. So these are some of the Walkie-Talkie socks you can find on the site right now. So this is one of my favorite socks. This is called Light Up for Others. And it features some light bulbs here on the lower portion of the sock, but one light bulb that's lit up. And the principle here is talking about what happens when we light up for others. What happens for them? What happens for us? What happens to our emotional state? What happens to our batteries when we light up for others? And how cool it is that when we shine light into the lives of others, our batteries are actually charged. So that's kind of the principle. The idea is all the socks have meaning. This sock is called the F-bomb. And if you look carefully, some of the shapes are in the form of bombs, but it's not that F-bomb. These F-bombs are powerful, potentially, because they're family, finance, fitness, faith, freedom, focus, and fuel. The F-bombs that can really shape and change and charge our life. And the idea here is that we want to have an affirmation series so that you really step in your intention, you'll step into your purpose, step into your passion. And the socks help reinforce that. And then as you're going through your day, and people go, your socks don't match. And you go, that's on purpose. And they go, what do you mean? And all of a sudden now you're stepping back into your intention, reaffirming, realigning with your intention as you go throughout the day. And over time, people are going to say, what socks are you wearing today? And you're going to say, today I'm stepping into truth, and I'm stepping more fully into my family and my focus on my family. Or I'm stepping more into customer experience. I'm stepping more into lighting up for others, or whatever it might be. And you'll see on the website, we've got 10 designs available right now. 10 more will be available by the end of the year. And we hope by March of next year to have over 60 really cool designs on the website. And I also do a lot of stuff with safety work. So you'll see we have the affirmation series, and then we've got a safety series, but soon we'll have 4 or 5 different categories of socks. And we've got a long-term vision, and we invite you to join with us because our mission at Walkie-Talkie is to help you realize and step into your mission by stepping more firmly in your intention and your affirmations about who you want to be and how you want to show up in life, and kind of put those on at the beginning of the day. Start your day off with the right steps and then stay in those steps in that path all day. So we claim to be the world's most affirming and intentional footwear, and we invite you to join our tribe and let us join with you in accomplishing great things and making the world a better place. So that's the Walkie-Talkie story. Our mission is to help you realize more of your potential, your passion, and your mission. And we look forward to joining with you as we step together into a brighter, more powerful, and intentional future. Help us walkie your talkie. Or we'll help you walkie. I don't know. We'll help you walkie your talkie. Man, maybe we should just cut this right now. All right. Make it a great day.